One of the most untrustworthy allies of Israel, the US, has been constantly hounding it in the international arena. Washington is not leaving any opportunity to coerce Israel into following its diktats. After the US stole Israel's weapons stockpile and gave it to Kyiv and interfered in Jerusalem's domestic politics, a frustrated Israel decided to derail the ulterior motives of the US in the Middle East by attacking Iran. Hello and welcome to TFIGlobal, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Vedika. Let's begin. A US government official alleged that Israel was behind the recent overnight drone attack on a military factory in Iran. The Iranian government stated that it intercepted drones which struck a defense industry facility in the city of Isfahan and noted that there were no deaths or any major destruction. Israel, which is one of the primary adversaries of Tehran, has often expressed that it will use military force against Iran if it doesn't stop pursuing its nuclear ambitions. While the Wall Street Journal was the first to report on officials in the Biden administration who pointed fingers at Jerusalem for the drone attack in Iran, Reuters spoke with an anonymous US official who also claimed that Israel perpetrated the attack. Since Israel refused to get embroiled in the Russia-Ukraine war, a desperate Zelensky, Biden, and Leyen have been persistently pressurizing and threatening Jerusalem to support Ukraine. But in addition to not participating with the West in imposing sanctions on Russia, Israel also rejected the demands of the US and EU to provide arms to Ukraine. Apart from its decision to not support the nefarious plan of Zelensky, the US is also frustrated with the Israeli government for the appointment of two right-wing leaders named Bezalel Smotrich and Itamar Guir as ministers in Netanyahu's regime. The US's reason behind interfering in the internal affairs of Israel was Abraham Accords. Washington believes that Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Bahrain will view Guir and Smotrich's actions as attacks on the entire Muslim world and will withdraw from the historic agreement. Now, as the Biden administration was trying to revive the JCPOA deal recently, Israel was disillusioned with the US. In addition to persistently interfering in its internal matters and constantly threatening Israel to back Ukraine, Washington further infuriated Jerusalem by stealing its weapons stockpile and giving it to Zelensky. We all know that Saudi Arabia under MBS has tried to distance itself from the US, and in this backdrop, the US was looking for allies in the Middle East. Hence, Biden approached Iran and tried to revive the JCPOA deal, but Israel was not happy with this decision. As Israel has often expressed its willingness to obstruct the nuclear ambitions of Tehran, Jerusalem decided to attack a defense factory with a drone, hoping that the attack would convey Jerusalem's disapproval of Biden's move to revive the Iran nuclear deal. In fact, from the very beginning, Jerusalem was against the notion of Tehran having access to nuclear weapons, and now it has again made it known to the entire world.